Alright, so this is Medusa any percent. Basically what this is this game is divided up into 25 chapters. This is the first 9, which ends the first arc of the game, in which you beat Medusa. I'll be doing them obviously as quickly as possible from a new game standpoint. The run should take a little over an hour. Current world record is 123. I will be hopefully lowering it below 120. That would be nice. We're just gonna go with the default me. Run starts when I hit the solo bar, and run ends on the last hit of Medusa. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It's been too long, Lady Palutena.
We can chat later, Pit, but now it's time to fight. The underworld army's invading.
Whoa.
So generally the air battles aren't going to be too stressful. The path is a given, so there's not a lot to speed up except in a few points, and I'll not have too much trouble with them. They aren't exactly difficult skips, but they are useful. So air battle will be kind of time to talk about different things that are coming up, and talk about in general how long things are going to take and what I'm going to be doing throughout the run. So I'll be taking air battle, do a lot. During land battle I'll try to focus, because those are the hardest parts of the run.
And you too, Palutena. Here to crash my homecoming party?
This really doesn't look like much of a party.
What better way to celebrate my return than with a festive little bloodbath? After all, I have been gone for 25 years.
They're moving their attack to the ground.
Then so are we.
So this run is a lot of skipping. You're going to be skipping a lot of cutscenes and tutorials and a lot of different things. So you're not going to get to see a lot about what the game's actually really about, except in the air battles. The air battles will have a lot to listen to, a lot of story. The land battles have a good amount too, but a lot of important points will be skipped pretty often. The first chapter where you really see is chapter 2. You skip like a major plot point basically. So, like they were talking about, air battle is usually 5 minutes, or close to it. They kind of ramp it up as they go along, obviously difficulty. But this one is about half, it's 2.5 minutes, so it's very short compared to the, the rest of the game's chapters. There's a couple that come close though. So basically when I land, I'm going to do a couple things that are going to make the run smoother, since it is an hour-long run. We are going to have to do things like edit controls and change control settings that will make the whole run a lot faster. So we'll do that right here. Try to do as fast as possible. It's a little difficult to run through the menu sometimes.
First things first. Try turning left, Pit.
So a lot of this run is going to be stamina conservation. Tiring out is a very, very, very bad thing. It takes a very long time, roughly 5 seconds or so to get out of being hit by something like that. So I'll be doing a lot of shots randomly in the air, at least for this run, for this specific chapter, because the weapon that they give you is pretty slow and doesn't do a lot of damage.
Medusa has unleashed an evil beast in the Colosseum. You need to hurry there.
Alright, now we're gonna fight Twin Billows. First boss of the game. Honestly, one of the harder bosses considering the weapon I have.
Try circling left or right as you attack. Keep your aim focused on the enemy.
That's called strafing, right?
Whatever it's called, just stay out of his way.
There we go.
Yeah! Victory is mine!
Excellent job, Pit.
Alright, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of stuff here. And right back to the chapters. So basically what I just did, it's a little complicated, but
And we're off!
basically when you open a treasure chest you get an achievement, and that goes onto the achievement board. And when an achievement board is like when you unlock something by reaching a certain requirement, you get an achievement, and the achievement for opening a chest gives you, I think it gives you hearts or something. But what's important is that every time you unlock something on the achievement board, it puts a open slot below it that allows you to use a feather that will help you unlock that slot without having to reach the requirement that it actually suggests that you do. And what I unlocked was something called get first place in a free-for-all or something in the online mode. Obviously I'm not going to do something like that in a speedrun like this, but if you do that, it gives you a royal blade. And if you combine two blades together, the game gives you a pair of claws. In this case, the claws that you get are specifically hedgehog claws. And that is the fastest non-RNG way to get claws in the game, which happen to be the fastest weapon type as well. So it is almost necessary for the fastest time to get that done.
And those spicy angel wings sound tasty. I'd best get you out of there.
Plus, chicken is much more economical! Much better.
You still have to watch out for fire from underworld troops. Let's get you headed toward land.
So this is probably one of the simplest chapters in the game. It's really just air battle, a tiny skip in the middle, and then the boss. So it's not super duper complicated. It gets a lot more complicated as it goes on. The first chapter, and I think the third chapter, are probably some of the most difficult. There's just a lot of things you have to remember to do and whatnot.
Do I detect a note of smugness in your voice?
No. I'm just really happy I can fly.
Angels shouldn't gloat, Pit.
What I meant to say is that I'm eternally grateful for your help.
Let's make our way underground. It's not the most cheerful place, is it?
The underworld baddies seem to like it.
I suppose it makes sense they feel at home underground.
It'd be like living in a basement. Why did we stop?
Oh, I thought you might want to take in the sights and destroy some monsters.
Alright, so this enemy right here,
Let me at him.
I'll control your flight path.
there's a guaranteed death for it,
Just
but
focus on shooting and dodging.
if you let it die guaranteed, you don't get the hearts for it. And the hearts in this run specifically is very important for you to be able to pay for the lowest intensity to get the fastest time. So
Dark Lord Gal's castle
killing
is
that thing
up
is
ahead.
necessary
But what about that wall?
in a
Don't
certain
worry,
time
I'll
frame.
help you over.
It's gonna be a little stressful, but it's not too hard. He doesn't have a lot of health.
It's fun, right?
Obviously, you want to kill all the things you can to keep your money up, so that you can keep paying for chapters over and over.
Yeah! Take that, wall! Look!
The people will never defeat Gal with the underworld forces in their way.
The humans are taking a beating. They need our help.
Normally I'd agree with you, but
What is it?
do you remember how long the power of flight lasts?
5 minutes?
And remember what happens when it runs out?
Alright, so land battle's coming up very soon.
My wings burn up?
We don't have time
It's pretty simple. It's kind of a stack tower kind of thing. You kind of go through a spiral kind of staircase. It's not very easy to see if you don't look for it. And, then you just kind of go up. You go up through a elevator.
This is the Dark Lord's castle.
Yes, he must have scrambled to build it after Medusa's resurrection. He's using this castle as a stronghold for underworld monsters. Monsters designed to wreak havoc and sow sadness. Are you excited?
Yeah. It's like a birthday party where everyone wants...
I'm sensing treasure somewhere to your left.
How do you know that?
From the heavens, I can see through your laurel crown to divine your surroundings.
Really? That's amazing!
And that's not... I think you should help me.
So there's a script.
And surviving.
It's a pretty lengthy cutscene,
Absolutely.
and it's very important. So basically, introduce Magnus to the game. Maybe you might know him. He's
Servant of the
typical
goddess
character.
Palutena. I'm here to defeat Dark Lord Gal.
So, you're here for a slice of the pie too?
Huh? Pie? Where? No, I mean, I'm here to defend the humans from the brutality of the underworld army.
Sure, you're the angel here. But me, I'm in it for the reward money. Since we both want to take down Gal, how about we work together?
I don't know about that.
What have you got to lose? It'll be easier on both of us.
Lady Palutena, what do you think?
He makes a compelling argument.
All right, resuming mission Dark Lord suppression.
I'm Magnus, pleased to meet you. Don't hit me. Just fine.
Magnus sure is strong.
Yes, especially for a human.
You must really want that reward.
He may not be made of the sturdiest moral fiber, but that's fine with me.
I'm surprised you feel that way.
Humans are driven by desire. It's convenient to know what bait they'll chase.
That's kind of cold, but it makes sense. I guess.
Hey, if you're chatting with your precious goddess, give her a message from me. Tell her she's been sleeping on the job. My world is on the edge of collapse.
I take it.
Shield is bad RNG. She uses shield, she's basically invincible for several seconds.
Hey, in this economy,
Dark Lord suppressed!
Nice work, Angel Face.
Hurry, Pit!
What's the matter?
Medusa has brought the fight to our realm.
So basically this chapter has the first mid-boss. It actually has two,
Getting back at us for taking
which
down Dark Lord
is
Gal.
not something that happens very often in the game.
I know you can stop her.
But this has two mid-bosses, one in air battle, one in land battle. And they're both not particularly difficult, but they can be kind of difficult to kill quickly because they kind of drop in very quickly and or have invincibility or weird frames, and you have to know exactly when they're able to be killed.
It'll take out enemy fire, too.
After this chapter, basically what I'll be doing is I'll be creating a power set. I'll be applying 3 different powers that I'll tell you about later that I have collected over the course of the game by various means, doing different things that I haven't really talked about. They're pretty general, it's just defeating chapters in certain times, in certain ways that I've been doing.
And speak of the devil, there he is.
And it'll be very helpful for the rest of the run in
I
speeding
think the
different
only one who can't
things
fly
up.
by himself is you.
Ouch. That's harsh.
Don't sulk, Pit. It's undignified. But you're right. Attacking the leader is a good plan.
Let's do it.
Alright, mid-boss coming up.
Hello there. It's
snack time.
Essentially, the boss is invulnerable for this entire period. He's invulnerable for a pretty long amount of time.
Technically, you
There they
are.
are.
Come a little closer.
Get ready, because it's time for...
It was my turn. Let's not argue in front of us. Leave what I do.
Even when you end up facing them and they say let's fight, they're still kind of invincible. It's like a little bit after that. It's kind of weird.
Just go ahead and attack.
Everyone, shut up and focus. Yeah, the other heads. You have no.
So a little weird to fight him because he's invincible at really weird frames. If you want to do the most DPS, you have to know
And
exactly
that's
when that
that.
ends.
Not so fast. Hydra heads can live without a body. You better follow them. The underworld forces are retreating.
Mission accomplished.
Far from it. Those two Hydra heads are still alive. They've plunged into the human world below and taken their legion with them.
Then we better do something. This is bad.
Let's hurry. For a pair of disembodied heads, they sure move fast.
Alright, so land battle will be at this town. There are a few interesting little things you can do to this chapter.
Where'd they go?
Don't lose
I
your
will
head
explain
too, kid.
as I go
Let's
along,
check the town.
probably, because you have to wait a little bit for the second mid-boss.
Yeah! The people have all gone into hiding. But where did those Hydra heads go?
They could be anywhere. We need to stop them before they wreak even more havoc. As you search for them, take out any underworld trees that cross your path. There are jump pads ahead. String jumps together to make your way across the rooftops.
This is great! Yeah!
Watch out!
That came out of nowhere!
You're going to need help against surprise attacks like that. Go to the courtyard ahead and I'll grant you a gift.
Really? That'd be great.
So basically
I'm
that
ready
little
for that gift
dialogue
now, Lady
piece where
Valentine.
she tells you to
Alright
look out.
then.
The earlier you trigger it, the faster the boss comes. If you come in here before the dialogue finishes, the boss
what just
doesn't
happened?
actually appear.
Do you like the gift? It's my patented monster pheromone. Monsters just
Which
love
can
the
be
smell of
obviously
it.
troublesome.
Whew, that was dicey.
I don't think I'll be using the monster pheromone in the future.
I would hope not.
What I mean is that I won't need to use it.
Why do you say that?
I located the other head. Let's go to the lake outside of town. Watch out, those shawms give off a toxic cloud when they expire. Shoot them from a distance or melee them to avoid getting poisoned. The other Hydra head is it's an ambush.
Yeah, that's right. My ambush. You're going down, monsters.
It's some pretty bad RM RNG.
That's an underworld moringa.
Can't take my eyes off it.
Its bewitching dance moves really grab your attention and hold on to it. Better make a point of taking it down first.
Normally what drops there is something called a jump bomb, which basically
Think
goes
we're
up in the air and
finally
explodes
close
when
to
it
the last
lands.
Hydra head.
And it basically clears out that entire wave for you. Well, mostly. So it saves a little bit of time.
Forward dash attacks are very powerful. Look for openings to use them. But don't do a forward dash attack when a fireball is headed at you.
Alright. You basically want that guy to go in the water as fast as possible. Because if you don't, he'll get into his second phase, which is a lot more annoying to deal with.
Mission complete.
That's another one of Medusa's commanders.
Basically, he basically puts poison orbs down that make it really difficult, and he goes away from you. And it can be a little bit annoying to deal with. Alright, we are ready to go.
our mission this time?
You remember Reapers, don't you? From the underworld?
Not those guys. They're always freaking out and calling in their little Reapettes. I'm getting worked up just thinking about it.
Yes, anyway, about the Reapers.
Sorry, go on.
They have a fortress near the entrance to the underworld in Reaper Valley.
Which is where? Reaper Boulevard? But seriously, thank goodness we don't have to go there, right? That silence means we have to go there, doesn't it? Will you at least tell me why you want to go to a place crawling with Reapers?
I'm trying to find another one of Medusa's commanders, Pandora.
The goddess of disaster and calamity? That Pandora?
Yes, and she's currently residing in the labyrinth of deceit. However, some force in the Reaper fortress is obscuring the labyrinth location. I can't find it. Not even with my all-seeing eye of Palatine.
Wait, if you have an all-seeing eye, why can't you see Pandora's location?
Because of my slightly botched laser eye surgery.
Are you messing with me again?
Maybe. Regardless, your job for now is to infiltrate the Reaper fortress.
Roger that.
So chapter 4 is really the first chapter where you have to start using power. So this is kind of where to run, really. It's beat up. It's a lot of memory on where to use powers, how to use them. It's all the chapters are very unique. It's very difficult to lay them all out in similar fashions.
Reaper eyes?
This is really bad.
So I
We need to find you a
will
safe
mostly
room.
remembering all of this stuff,
Down there
and
is
just
your only option.
working on power usage.
This
Because the better you
ravine
use your
is
powers, the more time you're going to save.
But it's tight, so be careful. If you get stuck, I won't have time to get you out.
Man, things are really heating up. Time to bust through here. Full speed ahead.
Excellent idea, Nick. Actually, I have the same gun. Let me help. Is that a windstorm up ahead? Hang on.
Ow!
Don't be such a baby. It's only wind. I mean, at least it's not poison or acid wind. Then you're in real trouble.
Ooh, lucky me.
It's also important to note that this game is this chapter is where the air battles really start to ramp up and become kind of pretty difficult.
You're heading into a cave now. Be careful. There are many enemies ahead.
I'll take care of them.
This looks like a dead end. There must be a way out. Down there. I'm getting you out.
The Underworld forces really stepped up their game.
I doubt those underlings managed it on their own. It's a sure sign that Medusa is back in power. You're almost there. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, after we dodge some lasers, we will be into the land battle for this chapter.
Oh, it's hot here!
There's no chance of getting it from above. You'll have to break through the front. Are you alright?
Never better.
Then let's get moving. The force obscuring Pandora is deep within this fortress.
Considering this is the Reaper, there really aren't very many Reapers.
There must be a huge soul harvest going on somewhere.
What do you mean?
Reapers are soul carriers. When a being dies, they take its soul to the underworld. The humans probably started another war, which means a lot more souls to deal with.
Why are they always fighting? It's so sad and pointless.
Yes, but we gods fight too. And when we do, humans are always caught in the middle.
This war against the underworld army is causing the Reapers to work overtime.
I'm the one who should be working overtime. Then there'd be less soul harvesting. Humans get frustrated, even destructive, when we gods don't provide for their welfare.
Don't be ridiculous. Everyone loves the goddess of light. Not this guy.
Eggplant wizard.
But I don't want to be an eggplant again.
Way back when, you had to visit a nurse to get fixed up, remember?
I was there so much they named the place after me. Hospital? Get it? It's funny. It's okay to laugh.
No, it's really not. Anyway, there aren't any hospitals in this game.
What? What am I going to do?
Calm down, kid. I can help you with this, too. If you're turned into an eggplant, my powers will transform you back. After a while.
Thanks, Lady Palutena.
So I forgot to talk about it earlier, but the powers I'm using are auto reticle, which is basically an aim assist power. It's very, very useful. It makes you shoot kind of crazy fast unlocking. And then I also have brief invincibility, which will allow me to walk through certain situations without getting scratched. And then I also have lightweight, which is just a pure speed boost. And those will all be very, very beneficial in this run.
Well, it appears that this place is equipped with some hot springs.
What is that thing?
That great Reaper must be the one who's hidden Pandora's labyrinth of deceit. This area is split into 2 levels, so just switch levels depending on how it is. Now, finish it!
But how?
The light coming from its head, strike there!
Gotcha.
That boss can be a little
done!
annoying with
Nice work, Pit.
these claws specifically because of the range they lack to hit his head at the very end.
Your destination is Pandora's labyrinth of deceit. The Reapers certainly hit it well.
What are you talking about? I don't see anything. Whoa!
And here we have a space pocket. In you go.
Okay. This is getting weird.
You'd have to be pretty out there to base your operations in a place like this.
Well, Pandora has always been pretty out there.
It's true. The goddess of calamity even looks pretty out there. I guess it's no surprise that the path to her would be as twisted as she is.
Twisted. I'd say unhinged is more like it.
This chapter also has a interesting way to speed up air battle. It basically lets you choose paths that you want to take.
What's that?
Unfortunately,
Pandora's labyrinth of deceit.
those do save time, so just going one direction will always be the best.
Whoa.
This is not what I expected. You have to watch out for those red posts.
This is crazy.
Tricky, tricky. A false path. Pandora's trying to psych you out.
Pandora come up with this.
Messing with people is what she does best.
Not again.
Uh-huh. Another psych out. Going down.
Okay.
So the first split path is coming up very soon.
Tell you what, I'll let you decide which way to go this time.
Does that mean you don't know the way?
First branch will be to the left. If you go to the right, it basically takes you back out and you go back into this
my.
location. So it's just a
We can't let her
total
get to
time
us.
waste.
I have to hustle before the power of flight runs out.
That would be problematic. You see, I can't extract you if Pandora's powers are still active.
I'll just pretend you didn't say that.
It's a Pandora ambush!
What? It's Pandora time already?
No, I said Pandora. You know, the hand monster.
For a master at sea, that's pretty weak. A way out?
Now's your chance.
Wait a second. Whoa! I'm outside now,
This could be another trick.
but it all seems so real. Well, this is confusing.
It isn't called the Labyrinth of Deceit for nothing, Pit.
The name is the only straightforward thing about this place.
The path branches again.
And this time we will go to the right.
Is this a dead end?
Yes, no?
We're losing our grip here!
No, I just need to think.
Could you think a little faster, please?
I'm getting a handle on things now. Okay, watch out for the columns around you. They'll reflect your light. Okay.
This is hurting my head.
I believe we're close to our target.
Then let's do this.
No difference on what path you take here. They both have the same speed. I prefer to take this one because I believe it gives more hearts. And land battle in a few seconds.
We're nearing the landing spot.
You're sure it's not another illusion, right?
Quite carefully.
Pandora, goddess of calamity.
We let ourselves in. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, please. Make yourselves at home. Doesn't bother me. But you should know now.
Whoa! It's a giant bug!
It jumps out of the ground and hits a shockwave when it lands. And technically speaking, it's not a bug. It's an underworld Giran.
Thanks for the science lesson. Anything else I need to know?
You need to dodge its shockwaves.
No. What I need is a giant bug zapper.
Be careful with that moving wall.
We've got a delicious bit panini on the menu today.
So what's up with the walls in here?
Watch them carefully and try to time your movements.
Tried to jump it a little too quickly there.
Look, an exotank.
Now that is one heavenly ride.
Technically, it's a vehicle of the gods. Why don't you take it for a spin? To get in, walk up to it and press the attack button. Those orange platforms seem to spell something.
Ooh, like a secret message. Can you decode it?
It says P-A-N-D-O-R-A. It doesn't seem like there's much to decode here.
Well, that was a letdown.
You're just jealous of my knack for interior design and my classic spelling.
Yes, I'll never have powers like yours. This must be some sort of exotank racetrack. You might as well try it out since you're here. Use the attack button to get in. A ramp has appeared next to the starting point. Take it up to move forward.
You know I appreciate your help, Lady Palutena. I'd be totally fine without all this hand-holding, too.
That's right. Hand-holding is strictly prohibited here. Not everyone. but I have to protect a certain aura of toughness. We understand. Rules of being a boss.
Pandora's just up ahead. It's time for you. Okay, do what you want. Okay. I'll give you what you need.
And that's that!
Two-phase boss takes a
Took
little
you long
while,
enough.
but not too difficult.
I've located Dark Pit.
Where is he? How? Look who finally caught up. What is your problem? You with the Underworld Army? Is that why you have it out for me? Don't be ridiculous. I just don't like the idea of
So,
someone copying my act.
This air battle also has a minor
But you're a
mid-boss
copy of me!
that will
Come on now.
be working on speeding
If I
up.
was a copy, why would I kick my own butt?
It will come pretty late in the chapter. I think about 80% through the air battle. So it's a little ways away. After you break Dark Pit 3 times, you get the maximum amount of hearts out of him that you could possibly get on this
Great, now
intensity.
the Underworld Army's here too.
You're a real go-getter, Dark Pit. I like that.
Is that so?
Yes, though I am curious how you plan to best your doppelganger. Of course, destroying Pit would be a snap with a little help from the heat.
Don't make me laugh.
Did I say something funny?
You've got me confused with the other guy. This Pit is no pawn. I'll take care of it. But only after I finish you.
Now this is a little bizarre.
I know, right? The mouth on the guy. I'd never talk like that.
That's not what I meant.
Sorry, he can be a little thick.
The Mirror of Truth created Dark Pit, so his allegiance should be to the Underworld Army.
I wonder if the mirror cracked before the copy was complete.
So that explains it.
So if Dark Pit isn't with the Underworld Army, does that mean I don't have to fight him?
The problem is the Dark Pit is fundamentally wicked and destructive.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
He will attack anything.
Does seem pretty aggro.
He was created from you, Pit. He could very well be manifesting your dark side. His very existence is unnatural. He must be eliminated.
Okay. I mean, it's still weird to me, but it makes sense when you explain it. Let me get this straight. The Mirror of Truth was replicating monsters. So now that it's broken, the Underworld Army can't generate new troops, right?
If that were the case, their numbers would be great, but that's not happening.
And where else can Medusa be getting her reinforcements?
I really don't know. There's something very strange about them.
Like their faces?
I'm talking more about their interior. Specifically, their souls.
So how do we get to the bottom of this?
Well, one thing's for certain, Medusa is the source of all this trouble. The Dark Pit presents the more immediate threat. For now, just keep the heat on him.
So you two defeated Pandora.
Of course.
You don't seem too upset that we took out one of your top commanders, Medusa.
Pandora may be gone, but her powers live on in Dark Pit.
Another astute observation from the supreme leader of the Underworld.
My, aren't you prickly? Even so, your power of flight seems to outlast Palutaina's.
I can't say I'm not envious.
Don't let her get to you.
However, who's to say that his power won't eventually run out?
Yeah. After all, her flight power only lasts for 5 minutes.
Pretty horrendous fuel economy, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
I guess we're both bad at flying.
Alright, midbosses coming up very, very soon.
Look over there!
What's he doing with that?
Using me for target practice!
Not bad, not bad.
So not the craziest mid boss, but a little bit of a speed up can be gained.
What is that place?
They look like ruins of some sort.
I better land soon.
And I'd better get started on deploying my troops.
Come on! Is that really necessary?
Somewhere within these ruins is Pit 2.
Gesundheit?
No, Pit 2. As in Pit 2. As in Dark Pit. Pretty great nickname I came up with, huh?
But not as great as Patui, right? Right? Ha! Found it! Finding me's the easy part. See ya! He got away!
It's okay, he couldn't have gone far. We need to stay after him. I'm sensing that he's in an open area.
Patui spotted! Little pest! Trying to escape again?
You only need to defeat him one more time.
Alright. It's a pretty complex chapter. The variable, it's random where he goes, and the ways you can figure out are kind of annoying. It's just basically with the way the monsters spawn helps you, and you have to memorize a lot of different spawns to kind of get rid of the RNG. So he's not super fun to fight, considering that.
Bring it, puppet! What are you calling a puppet? Thanatos says jump and jump. I did it! This isn't over yet!
Alright. Chapter 7, we get to meet Thanatos. He's a
Duty calls
what you
and
call an
Pit
interesting
answers.
character.
We need to refocus our efforts on Medusa. So today's target is Thanatos, god of death.
Thanatos? You mean the Thanatos? Wait, who's Thanatos again?
Back in the 80s, Thanatos took the form of a snake on Medusa's head. He's quite the chameleon, you see, and that was his look back then.
Great fashion sense. But as god of death, he must be a big deal in the underworld army.
He possesses a key to the underworld, and he's leading Medusa's invasion of the sun.
So I'll be fighting his forces in the sea? How am I supposed to do that?
Just use your gills. Tell me, kid, how are you with brachial respiration?
Oh, no worries. I'm minor in branchial respiration. Wait, you're crazy.
Okay, just hold your breath then, for about 2 hours.
I said you're crazy? I can smell the ocean.
We're heading to Thanatos' base, the Seafloor Palace.
You were kidding about holding my breath, right?
Watch and learn, pupil. Witness the true power of the goddess of light. Ready, set, dum da da da!
Whoa! You've outdone yourself, Lady Palutena.
Next stop is Seafloor Palace.
So like Dark Pit, Thanatos has a lot of RNG, but most of it lies in the battle itself, not in the boss fight.
This is just one more bullet point on your already.
He can turn into a variety of creatures, and that can make it kind of difficult to fight him because he can turn into things that are very difficult to defeat, even on 0.0.
Lord Poseidon.
Lies, don't become a lady.
I'm sorry. Can't the goddess have a little fun?
So that sea parting business was...
Was obviously mine.
To pull off an attack on the seafloor palace, I went to see God himself.
It all makes sense now.
I wouldn't allow anyone else to admire me. In fact, I've half a mind to put it back together.
No, please don't do that.
We're going deeper now.
Despite your mischievous ways, you should know you have my full support.
Much obliged, Lord Poseidon.
It was bad enough when the dark forces were contained in the underworld, but extending their reach to the sea and land is completely unacceptable. As the goddess of light, it falls on you to destroy them. I have faith that you will.
You have my word.
And mine too. I guess this used to be a city?
Yeah, but I sunk it long ago.
Sunk it? That's a bit extreme.
Humans consist of equal parts hubris, envy, and deceit. Sometimes one has to put them in their place.
This coral is so beautiful.
True. But don't forget the old saying that every coral has its thorns.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of roses.
And I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of coral. We've arrived at the ocean floor. Only a little longer until we reach the palace. From there, we'll defeat Thanatos and take his key to the underworld.
That's the seafloor palace. I thought it'd be covered in
And there's
water.
where our land battle
It's
is.
actually very nice.
I'll be closing up the sea now. It should wipe out any underworld stragglers.
Just give us one more moment.
Please! I'm not wearing a life vest!
The sea is closed now.
My work here is finished. Good luck, you two.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, goody! Yes! Protecting an impregnable fortress. Take it off, big load.
Is that you, Thanatos?
Actually, I go by Thanatos now. The extra H is for amazing!
Have we met before?
Oh, I'm wounded. Truly I am. I know it's been a while, but surely you haven't forgotten your old foe.
Sorry. There are just so many foes and only one of me.
You know we've crushed Medusa's other commanders, Thanatos. Just give us the key to the underworld and we won't be forced to harm you.
Impatient as always, I see. But since you've come all this way, wouldn't you like to stay and catch up for a bit? Oh, pretty please.
So you're not going to give up the key?
No need to get all huffy now. I'll have you know that I much prefer honey to vinegar.
Ugh,
Everything okay?
you just surprised me.
There are more holes in the floor around you, so be careful. It makes us both look bad when we fall. Oh, and it hurts too.
Aren't we here already?
Yes, but there's good news. A new path has appeared. Follow it to move forward.
An elevator. Well, that's convenient.
Approaching the second floor.
This play-by-play really isn't necessary.
Now approaching the third floor. Are you two ignoring me?
Just your run-of-the-mill trapdoor. Shake it off and keep moving. See that mollusk-like enemy? It's called a vacuum.
So what's its deal?
It absorbs the energy of a ranged shot and then fires it back at you as a laser. Until it fires at you, though, it remains protected by an armored shell.
Well, if it's hungry for shots, the only thing to do is shoot it. I'll get it out of that shell any way I have to. What's this?
Looks like a moving platform. Stay on it.
Let me jazz things up for you a smidge. We do have to keep things interesting. Keep on trooping, little trooper.
I'm curious about something, Thanatos.
Yes?
You are the god of death, are you not? And if the underworld is the land of the dead, why don't you outrank Medusa?
I'm not really interested in climbing the corporate ladder. You wouldn't believe me the overtime I have to put in. Plus, that sort of strict hierarchy isn't the underworld style.
You're avoiding my question.
What was that? You seem to be cutting out. La 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 la! I can't hear you.
It's hard to get a good read on him. I can't tell if he's weird or just big.
Alright, here comes the boss. He's pretty RNG, but it's not a huge slowdown
Thanatos
depending
is a
on what he
skilled
does.
chameleon. Don't be surprised if he changes into a spider or a scorpion. Cock the foot? Really? How much harm could...
Ever heard of an athlete's foot?
That's not even what a bat sounds like.
Dicey flies! Dicey dies!
It's a pretty good RNG phase there.
No need to sound so gleeful.
Maybe you could use a sword to hit the spears when they're in the ground.
Rushing
Each
victory!
Palatine is still talking about the sword.
Let's go! With Medusa's commanders out of the way, we're getting to the battle of battles. But this isn't the way to the underworld. Where are we going?
I'm a little embarrassed to say.
What is it?
Remember the 3 sacred treasures you used against Medusa long ago?
Of course. The Mirror Shield, Arrow of Light, and Wings of Pegasus.
Right. I hid them in case of an emergency. So they wouldn't get stolen.
Now that's using your noodle. Man, you are so smart.
The story doesn't end there. See, there's also this space pirate ship.
Wait, what?
You know, a pirate ship. In space. Its crew travels the galactic sea, robbing the heavens and constellations.
That's awesome. I mean, evil. But what does that have to do with the 3 sacred treasures?
Well, I hid the 3 sacred treasures in the constellations.
So the pirates stole the treasures along with the stars?
And the underworld army has gotten wind of it. They're attacking the ship.
Oh, great.
Which brings us to today's mission. Raid the pirate ship and retrieve the 3 sacred treasures.
I'm on it. And I'm going really fast.
You're already late, so we have to hurry. Hold on.
So the 3 three sacred treasures are pretty old now. Do they still work?
They've grown more brittle with age, but they'll likely last a few more battles.
You're not exactly inspiring confidence here.
Well, maybe you don't even need them anymore. Don't be such a chicken.
I'm no chicken. I can take Medusa with one arm tied behind my back.
Listen to that swagger. You've toughened up nicely, kid. Remember when you'd be like, unfinished all the time?
I still say that. A lot.
Alright, so the space pirate ship's coming up pretty soon.
You've arrived at the galactic
You want to stay on the
sea.
left side of the screen, because if you don't, the space pirate ship will actually hit you, and it'll knock you under the water, and you actually lose a pretty decent amount of time just getting back up to the surface.
The pirate ship should be around here somewhere.
Where?
Watch out!
Whoa!
So as long as you avoid it there, the rest of the air battle goes pretty smoothly.
I guess that was it.
It's moving pretty fast. Stay on its tail.
I think I see the ship. It's under attack by underworld forces.
Good. That means the treasures are still on board.
So the plan now is to defend the ship?
Focus, Pit. To get the treasures, you need to take out those space pirates, too. Plus, just think how lonely the sky would be without constellations. Don't hold back. I'm looking for an entrance. Hold tight. Found one. Get ready to go in.
So this chapter is fairly complex. There's a lot of different enemies and whatnot, and a lot of different things to figure out. And the enemies have a pretty decent
Not
health
that I'm
pool here.
complaining. Could you be a little gentler next time?
Sorry about that. Are you okay?
So those are the space pirates? I get the feeling they won't just hand over the three sacred treasures.
They might even be tougher than the underworld forces. Be careful. This is the generator room.
What's that shining in the glass?
That's where energy from the galactic sea is converted into propulsive power. As long as the ship remains in the galactic sea, it can run indefinitely.
So I should destroy the shiny thing.
You'd better not. The explosion would be enormous.
Sounds hurting. Whoa! A Blanca!
The underworld army really wants in on this fight. Oh, I see.
See what?
This must be a storage vault for the stolen constellations. They've all been compressed for easy transport.
And what about the three sacred treasures?
Unfortunately, they don't seem to be here. I bet the pirate captain has them. I wonder if he's wearing them.
Then it's more than just an emergency.
It's a fashion emergency.
Whoa!
This is the side of the ship's hull.
The view's like a postcard. Switch, huh?
That's what it looks like.
Probably does something.
They
A little bit of Kid Icarus Uprising's interesting melee system. You can actually... It employs a system where in order to ensure that you'll hit in kind of a multiplayer setting, it makes sure that you wrap around your opponent. And it can lead to interesting situations like that where you kind of end up spinning around
I set up a crime rail for you
don't even
outside
hit.
the ship.
Thank you very much.
I'm pretty limited in where I can
Interesting
put crime
little
rails. Luckily, the
tidbit
underworld
here
forces
is
cleared out
that
a
the
lot of
enemies
clutter.
on this rail,
Where's this thing go?
for some odd
To the
reason on
ship's control
0.0,
room.
don't
I think
give
that's
any
where we'll find the
hearts.
3 sacred treasures.
Good. I want
None
my
at all.
stuff back.
No enemy. There are about seven enemies to kill or so. None of them actually give you anything, which is interesting. I'm not sure if any of them can actually hurt you either.
This place is crawling with underworld enemies too.
Just keep pushing forward. This elevator will take you to the pirate captain.
I am so swabbing the deck with that jerk.
A space kraken? Well, that came out of nowhere.
What's it even doing here?
The galactic sea is home to all sorts of nasty creatures.
So it's not affiliated at all with the underworld army?
Either way, you better do something about those tentacles.
Understood.
Although, prepared correctly, octopus is actually quite delicious.
What do you think about food at a time like this? That was the last tentacle.
Go for the head. Attacking from a distance and getting...
Calamari!
You basically want to
sucker.
bait him into a melee attack there because he kind of rests his head on the island and it kind of screws him over. Alright, so chapter 9 is the last chapter in this run. It forces the Great Sacred Treasures on you, which is not very fast,
Equipped.
but we can't take any time to skip using them, so we have to.
It's now or never.
For this final battle, you're equipped with the 3 sacred treasures.
Using the Pegasus wings and power of flight at the same time seems like overkill.
Who knows how reliable the Pegasus wings are after all this time? I've turned them off.
Understood. There sure are a lot of underworld enemies around here.
Yes, so even though the arrows of light do a lot of damage, don't get cocky.
Which is funny, because the arrows of light actually do pretty mediocre damage compared to most other weapons in the game. Just
Look at those trail
thing to point out there.
tails lines.
Or trails, right?
Maybe.
Probably.
I don't advise shooting for a little bit. The shoot flies here will react to your fire.
I think they're onto me.
I think we're out of shoot fly territory.
So orange are a lovely enemy in the game that you can essentially
The entrance to the underworld.
get one shot by at any
The
intensity.
gem from Thanatos works.
Fortunately, in this chapter,
Watch out for Orns ahead.
the arrows of light can kill them.
Did you see that?
They were no match for your arrows.
So a little bit of a benefit of using the arrows of light.
Thanatos' gem is shiny.
That means we're good to go. Get ready. The underworld.
Finally made it. There's a whole lot of enemies.
Well, we are on their home field.
Home or away, I fight to win.
In your past adventures, the underworld was where you died the most, right?
Oh, absolutely. The difficulty level was just brutal. I'll brace for the worst.
The metal backs on boogities resist everything, even arrows of light. careful.
Dark Pit will take care of that last enemy for me.
The same thing you're doing, pummeling underworld fools.
Because
I'm just way better at it.
some enemies are a little bit difficult to kill with the Arrows of Light because they have very straightforward homing.
Now enough talking. Just fighting to be done. I'm out of here. It was nice of you to show up, too, but I can handle this on my own.
You're not on your own, Pit. You have me.
Of course. What would I do without you?
So, you've made it this far.
You better watch your back.
Isn't that just precious? Guess it's all that hot air that keeps you flying. You are, darling. But you'll need more than bluster to defeat me.
This isn't bluster. In the name of the goddess of light, I will defeat you.
So now we get to fight a fun little mid-boss.
That
When I say fun, I mean unskippable, and no matter how much damage you do, it will always have a set amount of time where you have to face it.
why aren't my attacks doing
Essentially, I've done everything I can,
so annoying?
which, yeah, kind of sucks. Fortunately, we had Dark Pit to take care of it for us again. So, not too bad.
And that's how you take out a boss.
For
But it is
future
unfortunate
reference,
that you can't really
face-making
skip it.
isn't usually this effective.
Get a move on before more defenses show up.
Batu's right. We should go, even if it means taking orders from him.
Thanks, Batu. Please stop calling me that.
Pit, get ready to go in. We're finally here.
Look at these boss statues.
It seems that each statue has a corresponding door.
Oh, this place again.
This looks like where you fought the Hudra.
So this whole town is some kind of illusion?
It's as real as I am. I built it myself, using your and the Hudra's memories.
That's because you don't know what the original town looked like.
No matter. You're in my domain now, and you'll play by my rules.
Yeah? Well, some rules are meant to be broken.
There's an ether ring. Why don't you try it out? Head into that well. The Hudra is behind that door.
Hudra! Your chances of winning are lower than your belly button, which is really low.
You're pretty pumped up, huh?
Of course I am. If we defeat Medusa, we save the world. Trinity defeated! Oh, I'm back at the castle entrance.
Look, a statue has crumbled.
This looks like where I had my first battle.
You've really come a long way since then, haven't you? Watch out, Pit. It's a clubber skull.
Yeah, I figured that part out. Got any other ideas of what I should do next?
You'll have to defeat it to advance. Dodge to avoid getting hurt and go in for melee attacks when you can.
Aye, aye, Lady Palutena.
Another clubber skull.
I'll handle this. All right! Twin bellows! Here, boy! Old Pit's gonna teach you even more new tricks! And if you're good, good dog!
So pretty generic boss rush, but we get it over pretty quickly.
Okay, next.
Just one more to go before Medusa.
Now this is one place I wish I could forget.
The labyrinth of deceit.
Which means a second helping of crazy. Whoa! What just happened?
I think you just used a warp of some sort.
All kinds of turns around.
You seem to be passing between the floor and ceiling. How very strange.
You're telling me. Hey, a secret area.
You're one step closer to getting out of this place.
Pandora! Ready for round two?
Seems Medusa couldn't make her talk.
What do you mean?
So this Pandora only has one phase, so a little bit faster of a boss fight actually.
Nicely done, Pit. You've destroyed all 3 statues.
Then it's time to destroy Medusa.
The path to Medusa is back the way you first came in.
How's that even possible?
Just like in air battles, these shoot flies respond to shots being fired. Also, that statue-like enemy is a suit of Scuttler and can only be hurt from behind.
I find it very ironic that you would call yourself the goddess of light. After all, it was you who turned me into a monster. It was you who hunted me down.
You shouldn't blame me for that. I only reflected in your appearance what I saw in your heart.
And what about your heart? I can only imagine what resides there.
Why just imagine it? Don't you have the power to make it a reality?
There's no point. We all know it would be some sort of hideous creature.
You shut your mouth, Medusa! Lady Palutena is nothing like you! Who turns people to stone and poisons the rivers? Who reduces cities to rubble? And who is leading the underworld destruction of the land and heavens? Not Lady Palutena. You're the one responsible for all this, Medusa! But what I don't get is how you managed to resurrect yourself in the first place.
I suppose I don't really understand how that happened either.
Don't play dumb with me.
I don't remember what happened. My memories aren't what they were.
You're slipping, Medusa. Your mind isn't all there anymore. And I can sense that your life force is weaker than it used to be. Twin Bellows, Hudra, Pandora, and Thanatos have all been defeated. But if you withdraw your army and promise to stay in this castle, I will spare you.
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, it hardly matters how I return. What matters is why.
put an end to you. I'll return to Skyworld victorious!
Sense you getting closer, Pit.
There's nowhere left for you to run!
You know, I'm very much looking forward to your arrival. I feel like Rapunzel waiting for her prince.
Sorry to break it to you, but those aren't exactly golden locks on your head.
And you're not exactly a brave hero. Yet somehow the thought of our confrontation fills me with anticipation. So hurry to me, Pit. I'll strip you of your wings and sever you from the heavens forever.
I don't think so! Where am I supposed to go?
There's a path somewhere. Step on the switch and use the lights to guide your way. There are hidden platforms nearby that you can jump on. First, reveal the platforms, then dash up to a ledge to jump.
Well, that's easy. Huh? What is that?
It's a temporal wizard.
A temporal whatzard?
If he deep fries you, keep your distance. We're getting close to Medusa. Be careful not to fall. Final guard.
The last step before Medusa's defeat.
There's an Icarus nearby. They split into two paths that you can take out one at a time.
Alright, up ahead is the final boss. It's all going to be air battle based. Should take a couple minutes.
I'm going to try to get you closer.
Thank you kindly.
But Medusa's using her powers to hold you back. I know it's tough, but don't give up. You're still too far away.
She's so big that it's hard to get a feel for which shots will hit her. Wow. Warping that huge body must
Now's your chance. The good news is that I've changed Medusa's legs in place for you. The bad news is that you'll have to get up close and personal.
Her head.
Now this is the Medusa I remember.
She's hideous.
I can't believe she's still fighting like this. But this is a battle we cannot lose. You must overcome the darkness of the underworld with light.
The fight against evil ends here.
Now Pit the eye. You did
There we
it.
go. So all in all, a pretty good run. I'm happy with it. below 120 is pretty nice to have. Couple mistakes I made. Did do a great job setting up chapter 1. Other than that, I think I messed up on chapter 4 on the boss. Not the best boss phase of all time. A couple parts where I skipped where I shouldn't have, and it kind of screwed me up. Tried to skip a cutscene, but it didn't work out.
Oh, but it was so worth it. With the world
And I also
peace
fell
again,
on a chapter,
even the sun feels
5.
warmer.
Those can all
Aw,
be
you're
fixed.
so cute, Pit.
Now wait just a second.
Huh?
Did you hear something?
I said wait just a second.
Got to be hearing things.
Hades,
Who's Hades?
the true master of the underworld.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but now that I'm here, let's get this party started. Welcome to my underworld, Pretty Pat. You too, Pretty Valentina.
I'm honored you know who I am.
So this little angel took down Big Bad Medusa all by himself. What an accomplishment. Goodness, you should put this on your resume.
What's with this guy?
But before you do, you should know that I whipped up that Medusa especially for you.
Wait, how?
Add a pinch of memories to a ton of souls. Put them in a blender and hit frappe.
Explain yourself.
Her thirst for revenge was so great it seemed a shame to let it go to waste. Oh, Pretty Valentina, you must have done a real number on her.
I won't deny that.
She's old news, and old news bores me. We must look to the future. That future is me, the true leader of the underworld. Next to me, little Miss Medusa's going to look like a sweet, cuddly bunny.
No, this can't be happening.
I must bid you adieu.